I'm ready.
Okay. Once there was a young rat.
Can you read the name of the...
Yes, this is called Arthur the Rat. Once there was a young rat named Arthur who could never make up his mind. Whenever his friend asked him if he would like to go out with them, he would only answer, "I don't know." He wouldn't say yes or no either. He would always shirk making a choice. His Aunt Helen said to him, "Now look there. No one is going to care for you if you carry on like this. You have no more mind than a blade of grass." One rainy day, the rats heard a great noise in the loft. The pine rafters were all rotten, so the barn was rather unsafe. At last, the joist gave way and fell through the ground. The walls shook and all the rats' hair stood on the end with fear and horror. "This won't do," said the captain. "I'll send out scouts to search for a new home." Within 5 hours, the 10 scouts came back and said, "We found a stone house where there is room and board for all of us. There is a kindly horse named Nellie, a cow, a calf, and a garden with an elm tree." The rats crawled out of their little houses and stood on the floor in a long line. Just then, the old one saw Arthur. "Stop," he ordered coarsely. "You are coming, of course?" "I'm not certain," said Arthur, undaunted. "The roof may not come down yet." "Well," said the angry old rat, "we can't wait for you to join us. Right about face. March." Arthur stood and watched them hurry away. "I think I'll go tomorrow," he said calmly to himself, but then again, "I don't know, it's so nice and snug here." That night there was a big crash. In the morning some men, with some boys and girls, rode up and looked at the barn. One of them moved a board and saw a young rat, quite dead, half in and half out of his hole. Thus the shirker got his due. Kit. The quick little kitten thinks it bit a pretty big fish. Dress. Many of Jeff's best friends slept in mesh tents in pleasant weather. Trap. The harrowing black cat dashes at any man and lands on the plaid carriage. Lot. The honest swan stops and acknowledges the fox dodging the bothered wasp. Strut. Mother loves butter that comes from the southern countryside. Foot. The butcher should put the pudding in the wooden nook to cook. Bath. Can't half the staff ask to transfer to the enchanted castle in France? Cloth. Lawrence often offers Ross a Florida orange and horribly strong, frothy Boston coffee. Nurse. The early bird preferred the earthy worm. Fleece. These unique machines teach people to speak and reason. Face. The raven waits until late day for the great wave to break. Palm. Father and Ma said to calm the facade in the Nevada Plaza. Thought. The small walrus caught the hawk in the salty water. Goat. The rose slowly grows in Owen's old grove. Goose. Beautiful music booms and humans move to the groove. Price. The shy writer types at night to fight the silence in my mind. Choice. The spoiled boy hoists the toy from the soil. Mouth. Mountains of flowers crowd the grounds about the house. Near. Deirdre's fear seriously interferes with her ideal career. Square. Beware of scarce fairies, rare mares, and scary prairie bears. Start. The Sahara party marvels at the far star on the safari. North. Laura's warm aura reforms Thor's horse for the important war. Force. The adorable boar snores hoarsely and notoriously hoards imported pork. Cure. The tourist endures rural tours of Europe and procures gourmet bourbon. Happy. The coffee, salami, spaghetti, and macaroni are ready. Letter. Sugar covers the tiger's whiskers. Comma. Bertha's and Cinderella's saga is a drama. R. Richard, Wilbur, and Harry are running around the treacherous river. N.G. The singing mockingbird is swinging on the ring and dings the awning. T.H. The thespians gather and breathe 3 authentic breaths together. H. Harry and Hilary happily harvest heaps of herbs behind the beehive. Y.O.D. The cute, dutiful blue cuckoo resumes cooing suitable tunes enthusiastically. W. Will and Drew whistle when the wind blows between the whimsical weeping willows. I.N.G. Miss Fanning is walking and hiking in Wyoming. S. Susie lives in her sister's house on Easy Street with her Siamese cats and Siberian Husky dog. Just because when you're fully invested in something to this level of challenge, it requires more than just your physical energy. It requires your mental stamina, your emotional, strength and endurance, spiritual as well. So I guess the word that I would use is journey, but that word is probably not big enough to really encompass what it is. So English was my first language that I learned at home from my parents. I learned Spanish when I was abroad in Spain during my time when I was in college. I also practiced it at my workplace where I practice it every day. But I first learned in school, so that would be my college years. I really became fluent when I was in Spain and then have been practicing ever since. So I've always been doing advocacy for a lot of populations who are considered to be more marginalized, specifically the immigrant community, I think just because of my interest in learning languages as well, but also seeing how in many different cities where I've lived, there's been a bigger immigrant community, and trying to learn more about the resources that we have available, the resources that we don't have available, and the barriers of access that we have. Has always piqued my interest in trying to, try to make a positive change in the world and see what we can do in our own communities to make it easier for some people to just access their basic needs. So, yo practico mi español cada día en mi trabajo y yo trabajo con muchas personas que hablan español muy bien, como la materna lengua, y para mí es mi segunda, entonces tengo que practicar más cada día. Una cosa que es difícil para mí es la gramática en español y por eso tengo que asistir más clases, pero mi trabajo es muy útil para comunicar en otra lengua, en el español, porque hay muchas personas que no hablan inglés ni español a veces, la persona que habla francés o portugués o otra lengua. El español es la lengua que podemos comunicarnos. Y sí, es muy útil, es muy importante en la vida para aprender más, para entender más las culturas diferentes. Es importante para aprender y comunicar con la gente en la lengua que es más cómodo por ellos. Y por eso yo estoy en el Camino de Santiago hablando un poco español, pero hay muchas personas que no hablan el español en el Camino de Santiago. Pero yo estoy en España, yo voy a hablar español.